Last year, I spent a lot of time talking to you about food shortages and showing you different videos of things that were going on. And I don't know, I'm sure that a lot of my people are prepared or getting prepared, but there's still a lot of you that haven't, and some of you may even be new to this channel. And I'm back once again to warn. And I'm saying, please do something. Do not sit and wait. Do it immediately, as quickly as you can. Now, last year, there were shortages at our local stores of eggs, butter, and it was bad. Canned goods, it was spotty. They were filling shelves with just anything to help fill up the holes. And there were some people, because I have family spread out throughout the United States, and they were having some of the same problems, but it was different things. I also have a family member that travels to 50 states. Now, there were some people that would go to a family member in a completely different state because they couldn't get any milk in the state they were in. And so they would go, but they could get powdered milk. And they would have all this powdered milk, and they would go to families in another state, and they would switch the powdered milk with them for whole milk, in a gallon. And that may be something you may consider doing if you're close to a state. It wouldn't take you maybe more than 30, 40 minutes. It might very well be worth the trip for you to travel there if they have things that you cannot get at your store, or if it's much cheaper than at your store. You're visiting family, friends, plus you're getting food that you need that you can stock and put away. And that's just one idea. But I want to give you a reminder of some of the things we saw last year and talk to you about what's coming. Now, this coming next year, everybody's going to notice that there's something seriously wrong with our food chain. There was a lot of people didn't think it was no big deal last year. It was just temporary. It would come back and, nothing to worry about. Well, that's not going to happen next year. You're going to notice it, and it ain't going to come back. And if you can get your hands on it, you better be willing to pay a really good price, because that's exactly what it's going to cost you. The coffee beans, for example, the plants froze. So this year, or starting into next year, you're going to pay a whole lot more money for your coffee. Now, coffee it ain't cheap. And next year, it is not going to get cheaper, but it's going to get much, much higher. Now, I had 2 cans of coffee left, and I usually keep a year's supply. A couple of weeks ago, I actually ordered another year's supply of coffee. Now, where I live, I can't get the brand of coffee that I like. They used to carry it years ago, and I don't know what happened. They quit carrying it, and I can't find it nowhere. And like I said, I have a family member travels to 50 states, and he couldn't find it at any of the stores either, so I have to order it. You may consider getting a year's supply of your favorite coffee, because you're going to pay a lot more for it. Like I said, it's already something that's not cheap. Now, asparagus, frozen. And asparagus isn't some plant that, you can grow in the summertime and, like zucchini or something, and within a few months you got tons of asparagus again. It doesn't work that way. And fruit trees, frozen. Many of them dead. Now, that's another thing that's going to go up very high in price. Now, the rumor is in California that they are going to ban pork. Well, if you live in California and you're a bacon lover or a sausage lover, you may really consider stocking yourself some pork, sausage and bacon or roast, whatever it may be that's your favorite pork. You may consider doing that. So we're going to see, there's a lot of variables that are going to cause these problems. And like I said, it don't matter what causes it. What can you do about it is what it is. We can't solve things that are not in our control. but we can do something to protect ourselves against it when it happens. And my only solution is store. Store it now at today's prices while it's still available, so that when it's not available, you don't have to worry about it. I try to talk to people to get them to do something. Many people think it's no big deal. And a lot of people don't have a lot of freezer space, and I'm one of those. So I'm going to put some videos. They may seem silly to some people, but I'm going to put videos out to show you what you can do with a very small amount of food, how you can store it without using your freezer. Because you're going to want that freezer for the really high price ticket items that you can store more of, but like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and different things like that, and meat, instead of taking up your freezer with tomatoes. But I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing if you've got the freezer space, but there's a lot of people who don't. Well, God bless, and have a blessed day.